WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert recently issued an apology to players after failing to strongly condemn the abusive behavior exhibited by some fans of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The controversy began when Engelbert appeared in an interview on CNBC and was asked about the increasingly toxic online discourse surrounding the two players, which has often taken on racial and sexist overtones. Rather than directly addressing the issue, Engelbert downplayed the situation, focusing on the rivalry between the two star rookies and suggesting that both players should ignore the harmful comments from their respective fanbases. The commissioner's response was met with significant backlash from WNBA players, including Breanna Stewart, and others in the basketball community who felt her comments missed an important opportunity to confront the hate and abuse often faced by athletes, particularly women of color. The discourse surrounding Clark and Reese has not just been about their basketball skills, but has also included harmful rhetoric steeped in racism and sexism, which has frequently been directed at both players through social media. In the wake of the criticism, Engelbert issued a public apology in a letter addressed to WNBA players. According to Rachel Bachman of the Wall Street Journal, Engelbert acknowledged that her original comments fell short. In the letter, she stated, "I was asked a question about WNBA rivalries and the dark side of social media and race, and simply put, my answer missed the mark, and I'm sorry." She went on to express regret that she did not unequivocally condemn the hateful speech that WNBA players often endure, adding, "This is a teachable moment and one that I embrace with humility. There is absolutely no room for racism, misogyny, homophobia, and other forms of hate in the WNBA or anywhere." Engelbert's letter also acknowledged the persistent challenges faced by WNBA players, many of whom have dealt with abusive comments for years. She pledged to ensure that the league does more to combat the toxicity often seen in online interactions involving players, vowing to help change the abusive nature of social media discourse. Following the apology, Breanna Stewart, one of the league's biggest stars, expressed her appreciation for Engelbert's response and even had a conversation with the commissioner over the phone to discuss the matter further. Stewart had been one of the most vocal critics of Engelbert's initial remarks and was reportedly pleased that the commissioner took responsibility for her misstep. Nneka Ogwumika, the president of the Women's National Basketball Players Association, WNBPA, and a player for the Seattle Storm, also engaged in discussions with Engelbert regarding the incident. Ogwumika has been a consistent advocate for players' rights and the need for the league to stand up against discrimination in all forms, both within and outside the WNBA. This incident has drawn attention to the darker side of fan interactions, particularly the intersection of race and gender, and how these elements can fuel toxic rivalries. While the rivalry between Clark and Reese has drawn significant interest in media coverage due to their on-court performances, it has unfortunately also led to some fans crossing lines and resorting to hateful speech. Engelbert's apology serves as a step toward addressing these issues and fostering a more inclusive and respectful environment for players in the league.